Hey everyone, and welcome back to You Paper, the cozy little corner where paper turns into something magical. If you love interactive books, tiny details, creative chaos, and those quiet crafting moments that somehow make the whole world slow down for a while, then you are absolutely in the right place. Today we're working on another interactive project together, and this one is filled with so many fun little details. Honestly, projects like this always feel a little special once all the pieces start coming together. So grab a coffee, or tea, get comfortable, and let's create something beautiful together. Right now on the screen, you can see all the pages we'll be working with today, and yes, there are quite a lot of them. But don't panic just yet. We're going to take everything slowly, piece by piece, because this project involves detailed assembly and is best enjoyed slowly. And honestly, that's part of the charm. Before we start building the book itself, let's quickly go over the materials you'll need. For the pages, I recommend using A4 paper with a thickness between 160 and 200 GSM. That thickness works really well for interactive projects because the pages stay sturdy, but they're still easy to cut and fold without fighting you every 5 seconds. For laminating, you can use laminating pouches or laminating film, whichever is easier for you to find. Personally, I love using matte laminating pouches because they give the pages this soft, cozy finish. There's less glare, the colors still look beautiful, and somehow the whole book feels a little more comforting to hold. But glossy laminating works perfectly too, so choose whatever feels right for you. And if you don't have a laminator at all, don't worry. Seriously, you can absolutely laminate the pages using regular transparent tape. Just make sure to cover both sides of the paper. It does take more time, and maybe a little extra patience. But it works surprisingly well for handmade interactive books like this. Honestly, one of my favorite things about crafting is that there's never just one correct way to create something. Sometimes the simplest solutions end up working beautifully. And now, we move on to one of the most satisfying parts of the process. Laminating everything. I don't know why, but the second the pages get laminated, the whole project suddenly starts feeling real. The colors become richer, the pages feel stronger, and you can already imagine flipping through the finished interactive book later on. Just make sure not to laminate the connector pages. The sheets used for joining the pages together should stay unlaminated for easier assembly later on. And now comes the cutting phase. Also known as the moment your entire desk slowly disappears under tiny paper scraps. There are definitely a lot of elements in this project, so don't rush yourself. Put on music, watch a movie in the background, relax a little, and just enjoy the rhythm of cutting everything out piece by piece. Crafting like this can actually be weirdly calming. And yes, at some point, one tiny piece will absolutely vanish into another dimension. It happens every single time. As I cut everything out, you'll start noticing how many interactive parts are hidden inside this book. Little moving elements, layers, pockets, details that slowly transform flat sheets of paper into something you can actually explore and play with. And honestly, that transformation is always my favorite part. Watching simple printed pages slowly become a real interactive book never stops feeling magical to me. So take your time, enjoy the process. We're only getting started. Now that the double-sided foam tape has been placed onto the cover page, we're almost ready to attach Kai and Gerda's houses. But before we do that, there's one very important little detail we need to take care of first. The window shutters. These tiny shutters will actually open and close, and behind them is where our paper dolls will be hiding later on, which honestly makes this page feel so much more interactive and alive. Before gluing anything down, take a moment to carefully test each shutter inside its window opening first. This part is important. Because the windows are drawn in perspective, the shutters are not completely interchangeable. Each one is shaped to fit a specific opening. And yes, this is absolutely one of those moments where it's very easy to accidentally swap them around. So don't rush here. Seriously, place the shutter into the opening, check the angle, make sure the edges line up nicely, and only then glue it into place. Sometimes spending an extra 30 seconds checking everything saves you from a very dramatic crafting moment later. And we love avoiding those when possible. Once all the shutters are attached properly and open smoothly, we can finally move on to attaching the houses themselves. Now the whole scene really starts coming together. Carefully glue the house sections onto the page, one on the right side, and one on the left, pressing them gently onto the foam tape. And this is usually the moment where the flat page suddenly begins to feel like a real interactive storybook scene. And from here, the process becomes calm and wonderfully repetitive in the best possible way. We'll continue layering the scenes, adding foam tape, attaching details, installing doors and interactive elements, and slowly bringing every page to life piece by piece. This is usually the moment where I stop thinking too much, put on some relaxing music, and simply enjoy the crafting process. So now, let's slow down a little and keep creating together.